in its thing.
Hey, I don't have an appointment. I was told to come in this morning. I had a failed repair on this machine.
Oh, okay.
So I need to either talk to the genius that was in charge or the manager.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare.
I can't imagine. What's your name, hun?
Quinn Nelson.
iMac, and it's a Pro, yeah? Like,
yeah.
Oh, heavens to Bethany.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quinn, if you want to have a seat, like, right here
Okay,
for me,
sure.
Let me grab a manager really quick. I don't see any of them out here right now, so give me 2 seconds.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's like a really new computer.
It is. It's not a cheap one.
No, I was just about to say it. It's not.
Yeah, it's a weird situation, I'm sure. There's a part that Apple sells that's horrible. So I had one that broke on me, brought it into the Genius Bar, they fixed it, but then it broke again. Yeah, and then the repair didn't go down so good either.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, it happens.
I know, but it's a pain in the butt.
It is,
I'm sorry, but my manager, we have a daily kind of like, this is what's going on in the store today, so he's just finishing that up with the last batch of that clocked in, so he'll be out in a minute.
You're good, thanks.
So he was in earlier this week, you said, right?
Yeah. A couple times. 2 weeks ago.
Is yours the VESA mount?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you already heard the rundown?
Not really, but I did see it back there when we were working on it.
Okay.
So where did we leave off and where are we starting up today?
Yeah, so the mount initially broke off. I have it again pulled off. These screws are like the worst zinc screws ever. I could literally break them with my fingers. They use 5 of them that set into the...
Like it goes right next to the mechanism?
Yep. One of them, I'm sure they don't want you removing it frequently, but it never says not to, so I took it off to put it on the stand temporarily, and one of the screws broke as I was backing it out.
Oh, gosh.
And it happens when screws are over tightened, but I had heard and seen people complaining about it, so I was very careful. One of the screws broke off, and so I couldn't remove this adapter, so it was just stuck, and so I couldn't tap it out either. So brought it into the store. They replaced the mounting arm, and then reattached a VESA mount.
Were we able to reattach this?
You were, however, I brought in the iMac stand on Monday because they said they needed it to reattach the mount, and it just got completely chowdered. So this was brought in mint condition because I had never used it, and they said that they had documented that there were scratches on it, but there weren't. I mean, it was brand new. But the mounting points were so warped that you couldn't even put it back on.
Yeah.
So I noticed this in my car on Wednesday and came back in, and they were helpful and said, we're so sorry we didn't know that happened. That's
So are we ordering
inexcusable.
another foot for you?
They ordered another foot, but when I got back to my office, I thought, if the foot's that jacked up, what does the computer look like underneath the VESA mount? Because I might want to, pull this off and then put this thing back on to resell it years down the road. Right. So let me show you. It doesn't look great. Yeah. If you're offering, thanks.
He's like, come here with your nails, woman.
Got one more here.
Oh,
No, you're good. There's that last one there. Okay. There's just a bunch of nicks in the aluminum. And there was one tiny nick that I had underneath, but you wouldn't see it when the stand was attached. And if I ever put the stand back on, you're going to see all of this.
Absolutely.
So I'm just not happy with the quality of the repair. And then I can tell that they replaced this mounting hook, so they've obviously opened the machine and dropped everything out and swapped that back out. But I just if that's how the work that we got on here and the stand, I'm not confident in the quality of the internal repair. So, I'm just irritated that it looks worse than how I brought it in.
No, to be honest, I probably would be too.
So, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but I don't know, short of a CRU, what could be done.
let me take a look and see what we can find out.
Okay.
I'm gonna just pull open some information from that sticker.
By the way, I'm one of the managers. I watched this thing kind of through.
I mean, and I know it's weird, and honestly, like,
It's been
this mount sucks
it's been a crazy
balls.
Well,
Like-
they were trying to redo it after this, and I looked at this foot and I said, "You guys, this is never going to work because these were so
Yeah.
bent they couldn't grab on."
Right.
When it first came in, when
When
we
I-
started all this, the only thing I had documented was this piece here. But
Yeah.
this was done for sure by us. Like
Yeah.
the outers, I think was the first time you tried, which is pretty standard.
Yeah.
But these were definitely us.
If that was done by us, we need to take care of it.
I know that. I saw that. So
Can we go look at some options together?
yeah, because it's going to be what we ran into with this. I was trying to like replace it, figure out what we could do. It's tricky with the VESA mount, like
It
figuring
is.
out how to replace it for
Yeah.
you. So we'll figure something out, but
Okay.
it's just tricky with that mount. It kind
No,
of throws everything
I
off.
know, and it's the first machine that's done it in a while. And I know the computer inside and out.
Yep.
I've taken past IMAX apart, so I know
Yeah.
how the hinge and spring
You know where it
mechanism
sits.
works.
I do know, like,
Um,
this would bother me. I do know inside everything was done really well and it's put back, because that was one of my concerns when they were putting it back together. I said, hey, if this happened, what's going on in there? And they said, no, it's good, but I looked at it. So I know inside's good, but if you're not happy with the outside, I
Yeah.
would understand that as well. So
Okay.
let me run back with Mike and see
Awesome.
what,
Thanks.
what
Coming
options
back
we
in.
have.
No problem. Appreciate it.
I was taking a look at a couple things, and I think we've got a couple options that might work for you.
Do you mind if I take some more looks at this real quick
Sure.
while he's chatting
Do you
with
want another piece of comedic relief? So, as I was undoing the 5 screws to check it yesterday, one of them broke again. They're just like the worst. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell.
We don't even
or
really,
whatever, but
we don't install these here, you know? Like
I
that's
know.
the
I
crazy
mean, that's the
part.
problem is
We
they're
just don't-
advertised as user installable, and they just.
And you
they're
seem like you know what
they're
you're doing.
zinc
Like,
screw- I mean, they're
yeah.
just they're a joke.
Well, we've got a couple things that could work for you.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to give you some options, and then you can choose what works best for you.
Okay.
Option one is we redo the enclosure. So we order another back housing, and we take the back housing off, put the new back housing on. We've got a foot on order, so that we can make sure we get you a good new foot too. I don't know about getting screws, but I'm sure we can work something out. But that's option one. Option two is we've got this exact same computer in stock right here in the store, and we end up returning the computer and giving you a new one.
I prefer that if you don't mind.
The only tricky thing with that is like the VESA mount isn't something that we typically work with, and so that's definitely something that you can continue to work with if you wanted to go that
No,
route.
that's fine. I'll just keep this one and then go to Home Depot and get some screws that won't break.
Well, there's a couple steps that we need to take in order to get that process. It's not just like a simple like scan it and sell it to you, because there's a couple extra steps involved.
All right.
But that's something that I'd like to work with you on, and to try to get that as a possibility.
That'd be great.
So I was checking the specs of your computer right now, and we've got that same computer in stock. You haven't.
It's bone stock.
I was just wondering if you had done any other work other than the VESA mount. No, okie doke. Well, let me start working on that. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
I'll order that one out for you.
Okay. Thank you.
It'll come up here. That's the one. Yeah, sorry for all this trouble. Back in the
No,
day,
you're good.
We just order it with the VESA mount in there, or with
Yeah.
like without.
No, I know it's
So-
new, and honestly, I don't know if it's true. I talked to a tier 1 advisor on the phone, and this was about a month and a half ago, but he was like, Apple doesn't actually make the VESA mount, it's licensed out to another OEM.
Probably.
So, and that's probably true. And he's
Based
like,
on what I'm seeing,
yeah, he's like, so we can't really provide support for it. And I was like, well, you sell it, and your phone number's on it, so
it's tough. Well,
they
because
just need to.
my
I mean,
guys
it's-
back there were like, hey, we haven't seen this much, and I'm like,
yeah,
well,
no, and it's not a computer that most people buy. So it's a very niche kind of problem, but
Well, and that's why, under this scenario, like, obviously the computer wasn't bought here, but we're gonna still replace it as if it was bought here. But we just can't provide that support
right.
for that VESA mount. We just don't have it. So
Yeah.
I would just say, like,
No, that's understandable.
if you're gonna try to do it again, just be super careful.
Yeah. Well,
but-
and I have video of it yesterday taking it off. I know the Genius was freaked out about it because they were barely finger tight and they still broke. So I'm like, they
I
need
think
to.
it's a poor design.
No, they need to recall them, honestly. or just the ones that are in circulation and fix the screws.
When they first showed me this foot, they called me back there and was like, what do we do? And I said, you guys, this is never going to work. Like, these are bent.
Yeah.
You're trying to engineer something that's out-engineered right now. Like, you're never going to get a hold of that mount to do this, so you got to order a new foot. And they're like, okay, we'll order a new foot. And I said, beyond that, and that's when I looked at the computer and I said, just be straight up with me right now. Like, where did these scratches come from? What's what? And they said, well, the outside two was when it came in. The inside two are from trying to do this again. And I said,
yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason I kind of got irked by the whole situation. Is I was just walking out of the parking lot and I was like, "What in the hell?" And the thing that worried me is if I hadn't caught it, I don't know what would have happened in a week when I found out the stand was jacked. I mean,
we would have still taken care of you. That's why you buy from Apple. And Apple products, you know, we'll always stand behind it. But plus, this one was so many people had their hands in this one because we just tried to do everything we could to get it right.
No, and I know the genius that started it was out for a while, and
yeah,
it had been out for 2 weeks, so people were freaking out trying to get it done. So.
Yeah, $5,000 machine. I don't blame you. I'd want it right too. So,
yeah,
Mike will be back. He's getting this all started. Now, is this wiped or do you have your info on there?
It's not wiped.
Okay, so we'll need to do that.
Yeah, it's backed up. Yeah.
You know what you're doing. What do you do for work with this?
I make YouTube videos about Apple products, actually.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So do not make one about this, please.
Well,
if you don't mind.
It might be too late, actually. It's mostly about the VESA mount, not so much about you guys, but yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you must be pretty prominent in the Utah YouTube community?
I guess you can say that. There's definitely bigger guys than me, but...
Do you work with or know of Harrison McKenzie, Harris Heller?
I don't.
Really? He's a big YouTuber.
I know a lot of the ones that are here.
They started doing music and they started doing little videos. And
Really?
They've been picked up, like Chrysler having to do a commercial. Like they
That's
just do a lot
pretty
of fun
good.
stuff. But yeah, they've been... He worked for me for a while, and when he told me he was going to do, I'm like, come on, man.
That's not a real job.
You're not going to go and, you know, I'm an old guy that doesn't know much about social marketing. So he's like, no, it's going to be big, and now they're doing just fine.
Yeah.
Making videos and enjoying their life together. So.
It's a fun job. It's a lot of work, but it's a fun market to be in.
Awesome, man. Well, he'll be out shortly. If you have any other questions, let me know.
Hey, thanks, man.